Within 2 generations, the unified empire that conquered half the world has fractured into 4 separate khanates that spend as much energy fighting each other as expanding outward. The military momentum that made them invincible begins to slow. They suffer their first significant defeats. The Mamluks of Egypt stopped them in 1260 at the Battle of Ain Jalut, the first time a Mongol advance has ever been permanently halted in the field. Then the Black Death arrives. The Mongol trade routes, the most extensive and efficient in the world, become highways for the plague. The very infrastructure that made their empire wealthy becomes the mechanism of its destruction. The Black Death kills somewhere between 30 and 60% of the population across Mongol-controlled territories. Cities that took generations to build are emptied in months. The tax base collapses. The army shrinks. The roads fall into disrepair. By the mid-14th century, the Mongol Empire exists only in fragments. The greatest land empire in human history lasted less than 150 years. It was not defeated by a superior enemy. It was divided by inheritance, weakened by success, and finished by a plague that traveled along its own roads. The Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire lasts 623 years. At its peak, it controls 5.2 million square kilometers across 3 continents. It dominates the Mediterranean, controls the trade routes between Europe and Asia, and fields one of the most feared armies in the world. Its capital, Constantinople, is the largest and most sophisticated city in Europe for centuries. For 400 years, it is the dominant power in the Middle East, North Africa, and Southeastern Europe. Its decline is gradual and then catastrophic. The problems begin in the 17th century. A series of weak sultans cede increasing power to court officials and military commanders. The Janissaries, the elite military corps that once made the Ottoman army invincible, become a political power unto themselves. They make and unmake sultans at will. Any sultan who tries to reform or reduce their power is simply killed and replaced. Meanwhile, Europe industrializes. This is the critical moment. The Ottoman Empire misses the Industrial Revolution almost entirely. While Britain, France, and Germany build railways, factories, and modern weapon systems, the Ottoman Empire remains agriculturally based and administratively medieval. The military gap between the Ottomans and European powers grows wider every decade. By the 19th century, the empire is so economically and militarily weak that European powers begin referring to it openly as the sick man of Europe. Territory falls away steadily. Greece gains independence in 1821. The Balkans fragment throughout the 19th century. North Africa is colonized by France and Britain. Each loss weakens the economic base further. Then comes World War I. The Ottomans enter on the side of Germany and Austria-Hungary. It is a catastrophic miscalculation. The war goes badly from the beginning. Arab populations revolt with British encouragement. The empire loses its remaining Middle Eastern territories. The army disintegrates. The economy collapses entirely. When the war ends in 1918, the Ottoman Empire is finished in all but name. Allied forces occupy Constantinople. The Sultan becomes a puppet. A Turkish general named Mustafa Kemal, later known as Ataturk, leads a nationalist revolution that abolishes the Sultanate entirely in 1922. 623 years ends with a vote in a parliament. The sick man of Europe dies quietly in a meeting room.